Mr. Carrim, what has the atmosphere been like in Davos so far? I know this is your first time. How have you found it so far?
Well, for me, who's somebody relatively new to the ICT sector, it's been especially interesting. There are experts here from industry, from the academic world, other experts too, and from government, dealing with, in a different form, some of the same issues we're dealing with in South Africa. In fact, a theme you might know is the reshaping of the world and its consequences for politics, society, and business. And one of the driving forces, needless to say, of the changes is in fact the advances in technology. And then again, what emerges is what we in South Africa are increasingly acknowledging, that you simply have to get the ICT sector strengthened if you want to achieve your growth, development, and job creation targets.
One of our readers, Jenny Murphy, said to us, nothing is ever accomplished at this ridiculous conference. It's just posturing and makes the people who attend it feel good about themselves. Now, those are harsh words, yet the World Economic Forum has been criticized as being a talk shop. What is your response to that, Minister Davies? Do you think the WEF is still relevant?
It is a talk shop. It's not a conference that comes up with any agreed positions. But what it is an opportunity for people to talk to many of the most important corporate leaders of the world. They are the members of the World Economic Forum, and they interact with governments, with academics, with people that are knowledgeable in different fields, and basically exchange views about all kinds of challenges facing the world economy, facing different regions. And it's very important to note that the African issues have, in my estimation, shifted from being really much a fringe activity in the early years when I started coming here, which was only from 2009, to being matters which are now occupying central attention here in the World Economic Forum.
What is your take on the ongoing discussion at the World Economic Forum around inequality?
I think that there's no magic bullet. I don't think anybody is presenting a magic bullet that's here. I was in a panel yesterday talking about the middle class, and here we have two contrasts. We have a growing number of at least middle-income people in the developing world, and huge numbers of squeezes on middle-income people in the developed world. I think that from our point of view in South Africa, obviously our major efforts have got to be placed on making the poor less poor. And in our case, there's a huge correlation between poverty and unemployment. And there's a particular sharp focus on youth unemployment. I think that's the reality in South Africa. We've also got to safeguard the very basic livelihoods of people who are not able to find employment, and I think that the social security safety net is a very, very important part of that. But then eventually I think we are going to have to raise a number of questions when we talk about the industrial relations environment. And we talk about needing to have a stronger shared vision of where the country is going, where industries are going, and things like that. We can't be turning around to workers and saying, well, don't go out on strike because it's damaging the growth prospects of the country. If they could turn around and say, well, the management and the owners of the companies benefited to a much greater extent than we did in terms of bonuses, sizes sometimes of the bonuses paid, as well as the percentage increases and things of that sort. So I think that eventually we're going to have to address this question about what is the shared future of the country.
Mr. Coleman, is there a sense of optimism amongst the delegates at the World Economic Forum? What has it been like, just chatting to people?
I would say that there's a better mood in the world than there's been for some time. I think there's at least hope that we're coming out of this recession and we're going to enter into a period of global growth that's more mid-cycle than it has been. I think if I could just say on South Africa, we produced this report, Goldman Sachs 20 Years of Freedom report, and we calculated in the report that if we to take South Africa forward in the next 20 years and outperform what was a very good performance in terms of fiscal and monetary growth in the first 20, we should be targeting 5%. The National Development Plan suggests 5.5%. And if we do achieve that 5%, we will double GDP per capita, we will halve unemployment, and we'll end up with a $1 trillion sized economy, so double what we have today. I think this is achievable. This is a country with great amount of skills, expertise. We need the leadership of the administration to make sure that we have the best people in the seats and get a very efficient use of our resources, do the basic things right, and we will, I think, as a country, perform on the world stage as we have done in the past. If we look back 20 years, an admirable performance in South Africa today is completely different and a much better place than it's been when we inherited democracy in 1994.